I just woke up from a series of dreams. These dreams were very intense. Um, a lot to me was revealed through these dreams. A lot of things about reality were revealed to me through these dreams. These dreams were deep, bro. They were really deep. They were really intense. We are in a trap, but we're not trapped. One of the biggest problems with sentient beings is that they accept the world that they were given. Like, we allow ourselves to be controlled, even when we know that the way that we're being controlled is unfair. Even though we know that we don't want to be treated the way that we're being treated, we give up. We give our power away. We are in a trap. This is a trap, but we're not actually trapped. There are realms above us. In these realms, there are beings that are monitoring us, that know how to shape our reality. They mostly use our own emotions against us, meaning that it's really, really important that you control how you feel. I remember telling you on some of the videos that I made earlier this year that it is important that you starve the matrix. If the matrix wants you to experience bad emotions, when it creates a reality that's going to make you feel the way that it wants you to feel, try your best to focus on other things. Like, protect your energy. It's really important. But yeah, these entities that are living in the rooms that are above us, they are shaping our reality through our emotions. And what they really want is for us to give them the kind of energy that they want. So they shape our reality in a way that will make us produce the kind of energy that they want. To them, it's not about giving us the experiences that we want. There are people in this realm who have made a deal with these entities. Like, yo, man, give me this and I will do this for, because it's not that easy for them to shape our reality. I want you to understand that. Like, we actually have the power to create reality. We just don't know how we are doing it. That's what, but our emotions are very important, right? Like, try your best to control how you feel. So these beings use our emotions to control, to create, a reality that we don't want. Like, when we're experiencing bad emotions, it's much easier for them to show us things that are related to how we're feeling. The same way that when you are watching videos on YouTube, if you click a video about snooker, YouTube will suggest a lot of videos about, like, related to snooker, right? So that's how it works. So these beings work very hard to make you experience bad emotions so that it will be very easy for them to show you a reality that's going to make you produce more negative emotions. That's what they want. So there are people in this reality who've made a deal with these beings. These people are the ones who've given us different religions. None of these religions are going to help us. None of them. None of these religions are going to help anyone. So these people have made a deal with these beings. Like, yo, man, since what you really want from us is this kind of energy, we will give you this kind of energy by lying to people. These people are going to give you this kind of energy by worshiping you, meaning that even when they are suffering, they're going through hell, they will be worshiping you. That is why people who are religious worship their gods. No matter what they're going through, they will worship their gods. They'll be in pain. They'll talk about, all the horrible things that are happening in their lives, begging these gods to help them. These gods don't even care. But like, oh yeah, because that's what they want. They want these people to give them the negative energy, right? So if these people are praying that nothing is going well in my life, I need you, they are releasing that energy. So these people that are making deal, that have made a deal with these gods, they have to deceive these people. They have to lie to these people. What they get in return? Success. That is why a lot of pastors that are successful are not good people. Like, you're like, damn, man, you got like 30 cars, bro, and the people who are attending your church are broke as hell. Like, what's going on here, bro? You wearing a suit that costs like 10,000, bro. Your watch costs like 20,000, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got swag for days, bro. But you don't really care about the people who are following you. What is really going on? You're bragging, bro. It's all about making people produce negative energy. That's it. For these beings to be fed. That's it. So, one of the easiest ways for these beings to get energy is through worship. When people are worshiping them, when they're in pain, they're still worshiping them. They are getting a lot of energy. When people wake up in the morning and go to wherever they're going to worship these beings, they will be giving them a whole lot of energy because they're focusing on these beings. Sometimes these beings have access to these people. The access that they won't have to people like me and you, right? That's one of the reasons why people get possessed. We're like, oh, no, that's not real. People can't get, no, people do get possessed. It's because they're giving these beings access, like they're like, you own me, right? You actually own me. And when they say that, and what is happening, because a lot of humans are pure, like people are not as evil as you think. I mean, they do evil things. So you can say they're evil, but really they intend to do good. So they're evil because they're doing evil things because of ignorance, but really they intend to do good. So they are told that these beings that they're allowing to possess them are good, right? Like, yo, accept this spirit. If you accept this spirit, you're accepting the spirit of God, and God is holy and all of that. And then they allow themselves to be possessed. That is why the world doesn't make sense. There are a lot of people who are actually possessed by spirits. Okay, let's keep on going. So what you gotta do is protect your energy at all cost. Understand that you are in a realm that is controlled by beings that want negative energy, meaning that you can't expect good things in this realm. You can hope for good things, but don't expect good things. You must actually get used to bad things that are happening. So when you're online and you come across something that is bad, you just be like, yeah, it is a hell realm. Like, I can't be shocked anymore. I can't cry anymore. I can't complain anymore. If you're on Facebook and you come across a post of someone saying something very ignorant, don't even react. Let it be. You know what I'm saying? This is where all these kind of things will be happening. Just protect your energy. You have not made a deal with these beings because you want to be free. They have been controlling humanity for a very long time. They're not as powerful as you think they are, but they are powerful. I mean, they are controlling a lot of people in this realm, and that is why this reality is the way that it is. And you are dealing with these people every day. Some of these people are people that you depend on. If your soul is pure, you have not made a deal with these beings, and you're not doing things that make it easy for them to get what they want from humanity, you're kind of doing the opposite. A lot of people that are supposed to help you won't help you. In fact, a lot of people who get to be at the top that you're actually going to rely on, a lot of them are being controlled by these beings. A lot of people. I'm not saying the people who are at the bottom are not being controlled, but a lot of people who are, because we have to do a lot of horrible things to be at the top. Yes, there are people who will make it to the top because they're just that special. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that just because these beings control other people, these people who are being controlled can't see if you're special. Like maybe if you have like this crazy talent, but you're gonna have to deal with a lot of challenges. But a lot of people who are at the top have had to make a deal with these beings. So a lot of people that you depend on are controlled by these beings. You go, you go for an interview, an example. The people that will be interviewing you, most of them, because these beings make sure that they put people that they are controlling in positions where they can select those who get to make it and those who don't get to make it, right? So a lot of people who will be interviewing you are people who are controlled by these beings. So if your heart is pure, if you're not doing anything to give these beings the energy that they want, you're not going to be treated fairly. Especially if it's the kind of job that you want. If it's not the kind of job that you want, they might give you the job so that you will suffer where you'll be working. So you must understand that success in this world is mostly determined by how you are working with these beings. If you're cooperating, right? Are you working with these beings? Are you with them or are you against them? That really matters to them. If you are against them, they do their best. They don't own you. I want you to get that. That is why some of the people on YouTube actually asked me this question the other day. They were like, why is it that the people who are speaking the truth are not being killed? Why is it that they still exist? Why is it that they're still okay? It's like, because they don't own us. It's not, they don't have that kind of access to you. They have access to other people, but they don't have access to you. And you also have your own power. Don't forget that. The things that happen to us because other people are being controlled, but if we have enough power, we can reject some experiences. In fact, the reason why the worst things have not happened is because of the power that we have. That is why I'm telling you that focus on protecting your energy. Like, focus, that is very, very important. Protect your energy. Stop living in fear. I'll explain the dreams that I was having and how it was like my higher self was training me by putting me in different situations and telling me how to conquer in those situations. These dreams, bro, it was a series of dreams. It was not just one dream. It was a dream after. In fact, it was like one dream, but I was going to different places. That's why I say it was a series of dreams. You know, it's not like I woke up and then went to sleep, woke up. No, it's like, it was like, if you watch the movie The Matrix, the first Matrix movie, when Morpheus was training Neo, he'll be taken to different simulations, right? He'll be taken to different, so it was like that. There's a reason why a lot of people who are very religious are ignorant. Even when you show them the real truth, like, this is the truth, and they don't get it. They're not supposed to. That is why you must not be seeking validation. Those who made a deal with these beings know. They don't know the whole truth, but they know what they're doing. They know that they're not helping these people. They know that they don't have their best interest at heart. And they don't really care about these people. They just care about what they are getting. Some of these people are not even themselves anymore. They've given these beings too much access. If you've watched the movie Get Out, it's kind of like that. It's like they're there, but because they've given these beings too much access, now these beings are in control. You get what I'm saying? So they can see what is happening, but they can't take over. Those are the dangers of making a deal with the devil. You know, you doing weird things, you know, performing some weird rituals and all of that. They tell you that, yeah, you gotta eat this. Yeah, after eating this, strip naked and all. Yeah, these are the dangers of doing all these things. Because you want to make money, or you want things to go well in your life. Whatever is making things go well in your life, in this realm, that's going to give you things that you don't even deserve, that thing doesn't have the best interest of humanity. But these things, they are also suffering. I want you to understand, we are in a frequency where everything that exists in it is suffering, right? That is why the animals are suffering. That is why humans are suffering. The demons are suffering. The angels, whatever you believe, bro, they're suffering. The archons are suffering. The demiurge is suffering. The gods are suffering. You know, everything that exists within this frequency, within this band existence, is actually suffering. So it relies on lower life form for its existence. The same way that you rely on your chickens, you rely on your whatever. That's how it works. So these beings rely on our energy. That is why we don't see energy. We don't see what comes out when we feel when we feel bad emotions. That's why we don't even see these beings, right? They are not eating us the same way that you're eating a chicken. What they really want is the energy that we're producing. So we don't see energy. That's why we don't even see them. But they're there, waiting. They have their own problems. They have their own challenges. It's not as easy as it seems for them. It's not like every time when they decide that, oh, I want energy from Benedictine, they're going to get it. No. They have to work very hard. The same way that a lion that's chasing a gazelle has to work hard. You know what I'm saying? It's not just going to be like, yeah, I want it rabbit now, and it got a rabbit. It has to work hard. If it doesn't work hard and if it isn't powerful enough, it's probably not going to eat. So they're always watching, looking for people who are vulnerable. They do actually fight. They do actually fight for us. Like, yeah, that one, I think I can make that one produce a lot of illusion then. They're not really at peace. They're suffering, just like we are suffering. The problem is they're not choosing to feel their pain. They're choosing to escape it. So they manipulate us so that we'll give them the energy that they want. The energy that they get makes them feel happy and strong. It's like energy. Like if you drink energy drink. But because the energy that we're producing is pure, it's like they can get this energy somewhere else, but it's not pure. So it makes them sick, right? But what they get from humans is healthy. We're producing healthy energy for them, so they feel strong and happy when we're giving them this kind of energy. So if a person has made a deal with them, because they're benefiting, as long as they can benefit, they're good. But if it gets to a point where they realize that they'll have to do a lot of work to benefit from you while they're giving you things, they'll stop giving you things and get energy from you directly, from your suffering, from the suffering of those who love you, those who are on your side. But if you're doing your work correctly, they will keep on giving you what you want. But you mustn't get to a point where you're like, okay, now I got what I want. I'm very powerful now. And remember, they own you. You've already given them access. It's not like if it's someone like me, they give me what I want. It's going to be hard for them to take back what they gave me because I didn't give them access to me. Right? But for a person who was able to gain the world through selling their souls or through giving them access, they can take, because that person, they can make that person behave in a way that will make them lose everything. Remember, they control the person. They're okay, you're no longer doing what we want you to do. We're going to make you crazy. You're going to live in the street. We're going to make you addicted to drugs. We're going to make you strip naked and whatever. Like, we're going to make you do some messed up thing. We can get you locked up. We control you. We will make you commit crime. All of that. And the people that you gave us, these people can also we can turn all these people against you. Like, we own you like that. You know what I'm saying? You already gave them access. You already made a deal with them. That is why it's important to worship nobody. Like, period. Worship nobody. I like this line by Kendrick Lamar when he said, it's on the song Waked Out Morris. It was like, going up your rank. Now you're a god even when they say you ain't. That line. Like, look at yourself as a god, as an entity that doesn't rely on anything above it. Like, don't be this person who's like praying, yeah, I want this and all that. What do you think What do you think they will want in return? Do you think that there are things that are for free here? In this band, seriously, in this frequency of existence, do you think there's something that's free? Like these beings that you're praying to, they'll just give you things like, oh shit, I love Benedictine so much. I just love Benedictine. Let's just give him that. Let's give him this amount of money. Let's give him a house. Yeah, let's give him this and that. You know, it doesn't work that way. They want something back. That is why when the celebrities win awards, be like, yo, first of all, I want to thank God. You never hear a celebrity saying something like, yeah, it's me who did it all. I didn't get no help, not from anyone, not from any God and anything. I did it myself. I work hard. Like it, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't work like that. It's not because a lot of people are not atheists. I mean, there are a lot of atheists in this world who will still support that person. A lot of these people are not even supported by Christians or Muslims or people who believe in other religions. Really, it's just they're supported by people who just love what they do, but they can't say these things. There's a reason why a lot of people who are successful will thank God, and if they don't thank God, they have those that they thank. But it's two heads of the same. It's two heads of the same dragon. So they would rather choose. Some of them will choose to take the easy route, praising and worshiping the gods that everyone think are cool. Some of them are gonna take the other route where they will have to do things in the dark, where they will go to the sea and perform a lot of rituals and all of that. But it's two heads of the same dragon. So you must want nothing from these gods, from these archons, from these angels, from these demons. You have to rely on yourself. Some of you are looking down on yourself, you know, like, I'm not succeeding in life even when I'm trying. Yeah, you're not feeding these beings. And they know you're not, they don't have access to you. They don't control you. Like your thoughts are pure. You know, like you can think rationally. That is why when people are speaking the truth, you can tell this person is speaking the truth. When people are lying, you can tell these people are lying. Like there isn't much you can gain. What really happens is that even if they give you access to a lot of things that you want, you're no longer yourself. You know, like you'll be making decisions that you wouldn't even dream that you will make. You'll be a totally different person. It's like you are hypnotized. They totally control you. And fighting your way back is going to be super difficult. But if you do finally fight your way back, and you take over, you control yourself again, they will have to take everything from you in ways that they can. But they still going to, because you already gave them access to you, they will still control you. They'll still be there. So you will be fighting to be in control, and then you be in control for a while, but then they will still control you. It'll be like Fight Club. If you watch the movie Fight Club, you find yourself doing things that you think that you have, what do they call, I don't know if they call it multi-personality disorder. Yeah, you find yourself doing things, you're like, what the heck did I do? Not even understand how you did those things, you know. And one of the dreams that I had, I was in a pit, scared to try to climb out. It was deep, and I could hear, not necessarily hear, because some of these things you can't explain. Like it was like telepathically, I could hear my higher self telling me, teaching me to be strong, to not be fearful. Like, nobody is getting you out of that pit, bro. It's you. It's 100% you. You have to try to get yourself out of this pit. And I'll try and I'll try. I remember trying to, like, when I reached the top, I'm supposed to do this, right? So that I'll roll over. So that, like, it was very difficult and I was getting very tired. But my higher self was telling me that you need to keep on going. And I was able to make it. The lesson there was, don't be, like, believe in yourself enough. Believe in your own power. Do not rely on others to save you, because nobody is coming to save you. You are the one who can save. You are the only one that can save yourself, really. You are the one who is experiencing your reality. No one is experiencing what it's like to be you, so it's you who's going to save yourself. So you rely on yourself. Another dream that I had, there was a snake. So, in my room, but not really in my room. Really, it was outside, but it managed to get its head through the door. There was a space below the door, so it managed to get it. And the lesson there was, don't be afraid of things that are trying to scare you. That snake is just trying to scare you. That's it. That's the only reason why it's doing that. It's not even going to bite you. It's just trying to scare you. It's not even what you think it is, right? It's not even what you think it is at all. It's just trying to scare you. Do not run away. And it will be and the more my higher self told me not to be afraid, the more aggressive you become. And I'll be like, and I'll be scared in the beginning, I feel like, running away. But I forced myself to be brave, and I'm happy that I forced myself, because in other dreams where I was afraid of snakes, I would be running away, right? But I went to bed and I slept. How beautiful is that? And then I found myself in a situation where there were these beings that I was supposed to negotiate with. They were supposed to give me what I want, and my higher self was like, it's not for free. It's not for free. How do you think these beings became powerful? They want you to do things that you don't even want to do. They are benefiting from these things more than you could ever know. When an artist gets signed to a record label, the record label benefits more than the artist. You benefit, but they'll benefit more, and you will lose a lot more than you think you will, and it's going to be hard for you to come back. What your heart desires is freedom, and you ain't getting freedom. And it was intense, man. And yeah, I was able to resist. I was able to say no. And I was being given the things that I don't know if I should even be saying it, but the things that you actually want as a man, right? You are being given all these things in your dream. Like, these things are here. Like, you got it. All these things are here. And I'll be like, I was listening to my higher self. Another dream that I remember, there were dogs. There were these dogs, and one of them, I love dogs. I love dogs. So yeah, there were these dogs. I was still staying at home, so we went back home. My grandfather loved dogs, and I also loved dogs. So there was this dog that got lost, and I found myself, like, I was in pain because I lost the dog. Like, I missed that dog. And my higher self told me that you are releasing a lot of negative energy. These things that you are being given, that are being taken away from you, are not even what they seem. Work on protecting your energy. And I was shown a frequency with worlds on top of each other, with different beings. It was such a weird dream. I don't even remember how I woke up. It's like I woke up to a different reality, bro. Like I don't even remember waking up. It's crazy. Yeah, but I don't remember some of these dreams, but I think I'm gonna remember them when I try to sleep again. I don't know if this happens to you. You have a dream and you forget about it totally, and then when you're about to fall asleep, you start to remember the dream. That is why I tell you that I don't think there are people who don't dream. Because some people will tell me that no, I don't dream. I'll be like, no, I think you dream, but you forget your dream. Because sometimes I do wake up and think I haven't dreamt, but as I'm about to fall asleep, I start to remember the dream that I had last night, last time when I slept. I'm like, oh, I did dream, right? So just because you don't remember doesn't mean that you didn't have the experience. So here's how you deal with those beings that are above you, with God. I think this should be the title of the video: how to deal with God. What God wants, whatever you call God, right? Whatever you feel has the power to kind of like control your reality in some ways. It doesn't have the full power. That is why it needs humans. Like, do you think that these gods that people will be worshiping, if they were that powerful, the world wouldn't be 10 times worse than it is? If they were that powerful, they need us. They need to deceive us. They need us to do things for them. I remember Chris Rock said something in one of his stand-ups. He's like, why should God tell you? Like, why would God need you? Right? Why would God need you if he's all powerful? Like, does that even make sense? I mean, he can just do all the work himself. He's that powerful. Why does it need you? He needs you because he's not that powerful. So he does actually need you. So to be able to negotiate with any God, they must know what kind of power they have, what kind of leverage they have. If you have not given them any access and you are super powerful, if they're desperate and they're starving because you're not even giving them energy, that's when you're truly powerful. They can allow you to create your desired reality without intervening. And if you want to make a deal with them, it must be to still do what you want to do. And they can still, because remember, I told you that they're not necessarily evil. Like, I don't want to put it that way. Like, they're evil. They're just starving, just like you're starving, right? So, if there's something that they can get from you without you causing harm, anything like that, you can negotiate with them. But it's not something that I would advise you to do. You need to starve them. Understanding their pain, understanding their suffering, but you need to starve them. You watch bad things happening and you don't produce negative energy. Whenever you catch yourself producing negative energy, take it back. Focus on other things. You have that kind of power. I don't think people realize that. Like, you really have that kind of power, bro. You can decide that, okay, let me just play a video game. Yeah, I have that problem, but I'm gonna let it chill. Because one of the biggest mistakes that we make as sentient beings is that when we have a problem, we make it bigger than it is. And it's through these emotions. What these beings do when you're like when you become angry about something, they spend a lot of energy trying to make you more angry. Like they work very, very hard so that you make a mistake. Let's say you're fighting with your girlfriend, or you're fighting with your mom, or you're fighting with your daughter. You're so angry, you say horrible things. Yeah, I wish I never had you. I mean, if you're an internet at least. But you know what I'm saying? But then you say a lot of now you make the problem bigger. That's they make you crazy by making you feel all this bad emotions so that you say things that are gonna make your situation worse. And when your situation is worse, that's when they have power. So what happens is this. When you pull back, let's just say they spend a lot of energy trying to make you angry so that you mess things up for yourself, but then you pull back and you focus on other things. They lost a lot of energy. Now you're strong. It would be like if I told you guys that I'm a big fan of MMA. Most of my favorite fighters are grapplers. I like grapplers, the Hamza Chimaevs, Islam Makhachev, Khabib, just that he's no longer fighting. Yeah, those kind of guys who can actually wrestle, but I also like those can throw punches. Ilya Topora, like, is a beast. When a wrestler or a grappler tries to take their opponent down, they try, and they fail. They become weaker. They lost a lot of energy. So that's what happens with these things, right? They try to make you create a negative energy so that they will eat, but they become weaker. Just like when a lion is chasing its prey, it's gonna chase it. If it doesn't catch the prey, it lost a lot of energy. It's tired. It needs to rest. And if it keeps on chasing without getting a reward, it becomes weaker. So it needs a reward. So it will invest a lot of energy trying to get what it wants. If it doesn't get it, it becomes weaker. So that is why when you find yourself extremely angry, try not to act. Try to focus on other things. If you can always remember this, no matter how drunk you are, if you drink alcohol, if you can keep that in mind, that let me not make things worse. No matter how angry I am, let me not make things worse. You won't be giving these beings energy. Because here's the thing, when you're angry, you also make other people angry. And now you're doing what these beings want, but you don't even have a deal with them, so they're just manipulating them and you're getting nothing in return. That's how they get you. Those who are conscious, those with pure hearts. Your anger is deep because you realize how bad things are. So that's how they get you. They know. They know how to get. So you need to protect your energy at all costs. Realize what's happening. Because that's one of the biggest mistakes, really, is that we don't even try to realize what is really going on. Like, we think that things is just happening, you know what I'm saying? If you pay attention to how certain things have happened, things that bothered you, you'd realize that it was like something wanted this thing to happen. Like, what are the chances that things could have happened the way that they happened? Yeah, they happened the way that they happened because there were some beings who were planning things to happen that way. So you need to say no without offending these beings. Like, no, I'm protecting my energy. There's a lot of ignorant people that, I've tried talking to them. They don't listen, so I don't really care. What I'm focusing on is freeing myself. At the end of the day, you gotta set yourself free first. The moment you try to carry other people with you, the moment you become weak, and you imagine trying to make everyone see what you see. it doesn't work. Like sometimes stop trying to convince people that in your life that you you're right. Sometimes let them think what they think. You can try to have a conversation with them once, and if they don't get you, they don't get you. Unless you have energy for that. But really, I wouldn't say you should be wasting your energy on that. Unless you find it fun to have debates with people. Right? I like having debates with people, and that helps me become more and more conscious. But if it's just about convincing someone who's in your life and you're like, I want you to see what I see, yeah, you're gonna suffer. They'll become more and more ignorant, and they'll double down. You know what I'm saying? They'll double down, and yeah, that's gonna hurt you, and it's gonna be very difficult for you to protect your energy. You see, your job at your level of consciousness is to protect your energy. Like, try your best. That is why when you and this will be obvious with dreams. That is why when you're not feeling good, you have horrible dreams. Ever wondered why? If you were treated like a victim, you have dreams that are horrible. Have you ever not wondered why? Someone doesn't treat you well, and you tell yourself that you're a victim, and a lot of people don't respect you, and they shouldn't. Something is wrong with you, and all of that. You're gonna have horrible dreams. Why? Because of the negative emotions. And this also happens in what we call real life. I'm telling you, like, if you're gonna wake up in the morning and you're not feeling good, and you go to a shop to buy something, I'm telling you, even the way that people are gonna treat you is not gonna, like, bro, it'll be weird, bro. You find that the queue is long, it's not moving. You're like, what the heck is going on? You talk to the cashier, he or she doesn't even respond to you. You're like, what's going on? You greet them, they don't respond to you. No one is looking at you. Well, like, you even think that, hey man, maybe because it's still morning, I didn't bath. Maybe that's why. You find that nothing is going well. You try to text someone, they don't respond. They respond 8 hours later. Yeah, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? If you are feeling bad, try to work on how you feel. Like, my advice to you is that don't even go out. If you know that your spirit is not right, don't even go out. Unless you have to. But if you don't have to, don't. Just work and teach yourself to work on becoming well again faster, so that even if you have to go to work, let's say you woke up and you're not feeling good, like, you work on it. Like, maybe it takes you like 30 minutes. You work on it, and you get your spirit right, and now you focus on what is making you feel good. That's what you gotta be doing as a conscious being. The real war really is war against consciousness itself. Like, it's not really about the things that are happening, it's about what you're projecting. Some things can happen, and you find that they don't, like, bad things don't happen after these things have happened. Like, you can get dumped, but then you work on controlling your emotions, you find that you're good. Good things start happening after, because these beings will have worked a lot to make sure that your relationship ends, so that you produce the negative energy, but you don't produce it. Trust me, if you don't produce negative energy, you become powerful by default, because they work a lot. Like, to get someone to break up with you, that's not easy, right? So if they get the person to break up with you, and you don't release negative energy, they would have worked a lot, so now you have power. So you must keep on working on protecting your energy, no matter what is happening around you. I remember when my father died, my nephew, I don't think my nephew cried, and he was very close with my dad. I remember when they brought my dad in a coffin, he just asked me, he's like, is that granddad? And I was like, yes. But he didn't, and it made me think, we are, conditioned to feel a certain way about things. Like when we come into this world, we don't really care much about anything. But as we get older, they are conditioning us to feel a certain way about things, about death, about birth, about failure, about success, all these kind of things. But we didn't really care initially, but then they made us care. Like, you need to reach a level of consciousness. Because I remember, like, think about it. When you were a kid and then some girl broke your heart, like maybe you're dating some girl and she broke your heart or she rejected you, it didn't really matter that much. You forget about it. But as you got older, it started to matter, right? It was much easier to get over a breakup when you were younger than it is when you become older. Unless you're like, you've dated too many people and you've gotten your heart broken too many times. But if someone broke your heart when you were 13 and then you dated again when you were 25, it's gonna cut deeper than it did when you were 13, when they break your heart. A lot of things that matter to us don't really matter. When you think deeply about these things, they don't even matter. It's just that we're programmed to care by these beings. Not, because we've given our power away. Some of us, they don't have access to us, but then they have access to other people. And these people have conditioned us to feel a certain way about things. That is why it's important that you do not give your power away. You remain powerful no matter what is happening. You protect your energy no matter what is happening. It's important that you protect your energy. Realize that things are not what they seem in this world. There's a reason why there is a lot of suffering. Doesn't matter who you are. Even these beings that I'm telling you about, they're suffering, and there are those that are more powerful than these beings that get something from them that they have to protect themselves from. So everything is suffering, and one of the biggest problems is that we are not able to choose pain, to feel pain, instead of causing suffering for others. We choose to cause pain than to suffer. So we're not carrying the weight together. So what I'm saying to you is that choose to starve these beings that want you to suffer. That is your best move as a being that's truly conscious, that wants to be free. Because that's your job. Your job is to set yourself free from this frequency of existence. It's not your home. It is a realm of suffering. It's a realm where things are eating each other for survival. It's a setup. And so it will forever be that way. It's not something that we can change, right? That's why we mustn't focus more on changing the world. We must focus more on changing ourselves. Like, you must change how you feel about things. You must stop thinking negative things. Control your feelings, control your emotions. Keep on working on that, and you will be able to protect your energy, and you will have the power that you need. One of the problems with existence is that we didn't even, like, we weren't taught what we need to do. Remember, you were born into slavery, so they don't give you your power. They don't teach you things that are going to give you an advantage. It's like if you were a slave back then, right? You weren't allowed to read books. You weren't allowed to do things that are going to give you an advantage. If they catch you reading a book, they will cut your tongue. We don't want you to be smart. We don't want you to have the power to set yourself free. So that is what is happening in this realm. You were born into slavery. You're not allowed to learn things that are going to set yourself free, that are going to set you free. So you have to teach yourself these things. If you were taught these things since you were young, you'll be a master. You literally, when you hit the age of 19, you'll be a master. You'll be giving zero energy to these beings, because you will understand what is really going on. But you were taught nonsense from the beginning so that you'll be distracted while they're getting your energy. When you're chasing love, love is this and that, energy. Chasing, competing with other people, other kids when you're still in primary school and high school. You're competing with other kids. When another kid does better than you, even cry. There used to be kids, if another kid performs better than them, they will cry. When the kid is crying, the kid got 95 out of 100, but there's a kid that got 98 out of 100. So that kid is crying because another kid, and we used to think that was okay. No, that wasn't. That was jealousy, bro. I'm serious. Like, just because someone did better than you, now you crying. Imagine if you grow up like that. You're gonna be dangerous. You get up saying, like, no one should do better than me, right? We might say that that's a competitive spirit, but not really. It's something else. You must be able to accept, oh, someone did better than me this time. It's fine. As long as I've done enough. Really, 95 out of 100, that's insane. You know what I'm saying? I didn't fail. That's it. I don't care. Can you imagine, bro, like, if you're living your life and you have that kind of jealousy, like, if someone buys a car, like, damn, I gotta buy a car that's better than the car that, like, you'll suffer a lot. Do you get what I'm saying? But that's how we've been trained to think since we were little, that no one should perform better than us. So we're focusing on that and producing a lot of loosh. Like, what has been done to us is, like, all the negative emotions, we've been trained to feel negative emotions than to feel positive emotions, than to be happy for someone. Like, it's like reverse engineering. It's like we were right. We ain't that bad in the beginning, but they kind of like reverse engineered us to a point that we become something else. It's like if you in like, if you watch Terminator movies, the first Terminator was actually sent to kill Sarah Connor, but John Connor in the future, son of Sarah Connor, was able to catch that robot. I think it's called T-1000, and he was able to reprogram it to protect him in the past. So that's kind of like what is happening. It's like they're reprogramming us. Like, we're supposed to be alright. We're supposed to be working together. You can tell that humans do better when they're working together, right? But they had to reverse engineer us so that we don't work together, so that we compete and we become less powerful. So that is what I'm saying. Now you just have to be like a lone wolf and focus on protecting your own energy, because you ain't changing nobody in this realm. Like, except for those who are willing to learn, and there are those who are already changing themselves. It's every person has the power to change themselves. So really, those who are changing themselves are the ones who can do that. You can teach something, I guess. But in general, like, if you find a person who is very ignorant and who doesn't care about the truth, there's nothing you can tell them. So realize how things work in this place. you will have an advantage. Otherwise, this realm gonna be playing with you 24/7. You be having nasty dreams, and you won't understand why. Be having these crazy dreams, and you're not in control. You're always a victim in your dreams, and you're producing a lot of negative emotions. Work your way out of these negative emotions. It's not even about thinking positive, like thinking that positive things will happen to you. It's about thinking about the things that you like. Just focus on what you like. You always have the power to focus on what you like, and think more about what you like. It will get to a point that whatever is making you feel these negative emotions doesn't have power anymore. And that's what you want. You want it to become powerless. Thank you guys for watching this video until the end. Like the video. Tell me what you think in the comments. I mean, this one was deep. So tell me what you think in the comments. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video. Thank you guys.